So today I'm going to talk about caution versus fear and try to make a distinction between the two based on a couple experiences that I have been through. But anyway, so have you ever been in a position where you had the chance to prove yourself, whether it was to other people or to yourself, or to both actually, because that's possible. But anyway, so you prepare so much that you become confident or overconfident or whatever you want to call it. By the way, this is a hypothetical example. This is in no way or form related to me or anybody of that sort. um, but yeah, just saying. So you become confident and you have no doubt that you're going to do extremely well or whatever. And then somewhere along the way, by the end of the journey, whatever it is, task, presentation, whatever you want to call it, just insert. Um, you realize that you failed big time, like you did really bad, and then you begin to wonder like where you went wrong and blah 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 because you know that you prepared a lot for it, like you prepared well and you were ready and blah blah blah. And then you start thinking, well, if somebody could have seen the way I was preparing, or if somebody could have seen how much effort I put into it, and blah blah blah, then maybe. Unfortunately, that's not how life goes. I mean, I don't think people really care about how you prepare for something. And actually, frankly, you shouldn't either. I think a lot of people just like worried about what the end result is, which is, yeah, which that's actually how it should go. But anyways, um, and no matter what the end result is, at the end of it, it all ends up being on you. And when you fail, it ends up being your own fault. I don't care who you blame, whether you blame your friend or whoever you blame. At the end of the day, it ends up being your fault. Because I think that many times we're so worried about watching our back that we aren't focused on what our main goal is. And here's why I say why. Here's why I say that. A lot of times we proceed many things with the idea that something bad will happen. So we're preparing ourselves just in case. And this is not before we start something. This is during that journey that we're in. We start thinking that way. And then we try to say, oh, well, it's just because I'm showing caution. I'm sorry. There is a big difference between being cautious and being afraid. And so many times, we make the mistake of confusing the two, including me. I think that to be cautious, you have to show caution before you start something, not while you're in it. Because when you're in something and you begin to show caution, you're just giving into your fear and allowing your doubts to dictate your next move. And it's just as simple as that. I mean, it might sound naive to certain people, but it's just simply the truth. And it's just honestly, it's just that simple. Um, when you proceed while being cautious at the same time, it prevents you from fulfilling to full capacity because you're constantly worried about, well, what if something happens? What if somebody did this and what if somebody did that? Blah blah blah. If something happens, you just go with the flow. Simple. And it's a difficult concept for a lot of us to grasp because we always want to be in control of things and want to make sure that this goes perfect and this goes perfect and whatever. But at the same time, going with the flow just ensures that you take certain risks that allow you to learn from previous experience to do better in your next experience or your next journey. And the next time, after whatever, if after experience A or journey A, your next time you change whatever you need to based on that, take another risk and proceed fully. And I honestly think it's the only way. It's the only way that we learn. It's the only way that we we learn to do better or whatever. If you proceed with caution, you always perform halfway and end up doing bad, end up failing, and you never accomplish to your full ability. So just stop with the fear, believe in yourself, and you will not fail. And it sounds a little cliche, but a lot of us don't do it. And I'm gonna give you an example. So a while ago, I had a piano recital, and a lot of people were thinking, well, Kuska's gonna do great because she plays good and blah blah blah. And I prepared myself, so I was like, yes, I am going to do well, and nothing can stop me. And I was going on gung ho about it. And but now that I look back on it, deep down, I doubted myself. I mean, even though I prepared for it, even though, in my mind, I had taken caution before, thinking, well, if I play this note wrongly, then I could do this, blah, blah. So, I was very much prepared for it. Deep down, I was still a lot worried about not being able to play to full capacity that I knew that I could, present. And when I started playing, I was doing so well. And somewhere along the way, my doubts started creeping in again. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, well, what if I play the next note wrongly? Blah, blah. And it totally threw me off. And everything I had prepared for just started crumbling down. And I made so many mistakes. And I'm pretty sure I pulled it off, trying to play around the mistakes and whatever. But I also know that I made a lot of mistakes. And the people that knew music knew that I made quite a few mistakes. But everybody else was just like, and to me, I knew that because of my doubt and because of trying to take caution in the middle of my recital, I had basically thrown all my preparation out the window. I just started feeling a lot sad, and I started blaming, other people for it. And like I said at the beginning, when you fail, it's your fault. So, like I said, just to show caution, you have to show caution before, and then just run with it. Whatever comes your way, just go with it. Don't ever stop to reevaluate whatever is going on and then change the plan or whatever. No. Just go ahead, go off of the fact that you're already good, right? And just proceed without having fear, because you got this. So believe in yourself and always take caution before fear. Always take caution before you start something. Don't give in to fear in the middle of your journey, because once you start, anything that you begin to listen to is not being cautious. It's just being afraid. So yeah.